Hey YouTube, this is a tutorial for an invisible part on a styrofoam mannequin head, and we're going to be focusing on just the top front closing. And I've already marked my territory, so this represents your part, and this is the area that I'm going to be focusing on. This line here would represent the very last track, and I'm going to actually put a track there and show you how to connect the invisible part with the rest of your hair. So that would be your closing. Okay, so I'm not going to take it all the way from the very bottom of the head to the top. I'm just going to do this section here. So if you was to do your mold and then go about putting the rest of your tracks on, this very top portion is what would complete your hairstyle. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I will be using Hair by Hair Tensity, and it is a human blend, premium blend, 12-inch brown, number 4, silky yaki. And this is really nice hair.
Just building it up to the part. be the last piece. And the red line here represents the port. So after this track, we're going to go ahead and close that in. I try to get it closer in the top than in the front because you want your port to kind of like disappear when it gets back a little ways from the forehead. You want it to start to disappear. So I'll show you how that's done. Might get a little bit of glue on your hair, but that's okay. You can always get that off. A little bit of oil, but you're not going to be able to see that. So now this is the part where you have to split your track in half. So you take your track will look like this, and you take it and you split it between the first and the second track. You see that? That's two tracks right there. It's one here. See, that's two tracks sewn together. So you're going to split the track in two, like that. Cut it with the scissors and split it into two. You might want to get all these little threads off of here. And you're going to cut them. Each one of those, you're going to cut them into very small pieces. Like that. You're going to cut a whole bunch of those little teeny pieces like that. And you're going to overlay them, starting from the front. And you want to be sure when you go to cut these tracks, you want to go in between the hair. You don't want to cut any hair. You want to go in between. Just like that. So as you can see, no hair is cut. Just a track. You want to cut a bunch of those little pieces. And maybe I should have did this before I started the video, because it can be a little time consuming. I'm going to cut as many as I can now.
Then you're going to want to take the glue and make like a little puddle on a table, or maybe in a cap or a lid, or just on a piece of paper. And that way you can dip the track before you glue it. And I'm just cutting two maybe 3-inch tracks into little pieces. I have about 2 inches to go on one track.
I'm done with the other track, and then I'm going to start gluing them in. It's the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And now I have a whole bunch of them. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of them. And I'm just going to pick them up one by one and dip them in the glue. Running low. Run a little low, y'all. So when you pick the track up, you want to grab it and smooth it out, pulling all excess hair away. And you're going to want to, so this is the track. You want to flip it over. If it's on this big side where you can see the track, the way they stitch it, you're going to want to flip it over to the smooth side. Can you see the difference? Smooth versus bulky. So yeah, you're going to want to put the bulky side down. That'll give the glue something to hold on to and adhere to your head. And then you're going to want to put the tracks on an angle. You don't want to put them straight like this. No. You're going to want to put them on an angle just like that. Because it's an overlay. You want to overlay them. So here we go. Just dab it and put just a little glue. And place it just on the edge of that track and your hair, or whatever you're laying it to. So grab a track, pull the excess hair off, dab, and lay. You're overlaying it. Meaning that the last track that you put down shouldn't be visible at all. Once you lay the next one on top of it, you should not be able to see that very next track whatsoever.
want to take a little piece of hair just to stick in there and lay it in all three directions, but you're not going to be able to see anything once I'm finished.
You'll have a little glue on your scalp, but you can always remove that, and I'll show you how once I'm finished. And if you get out of line, you can always take the back of the comb and just push them back into line, and then comb over and lay them just like that. Taking the glue off. And then you just press and hold with the comb until you feel like they're sticking. Okay, back to business. That's why I only did the closing. I'm only doing the closing because this part is very technical. While you're doing your hair, you might want to take a break before you do your closing, because it can require lots of attention, focus, and one false move and you can mess the whole thing up and have to start over. So as you can see, our invisible part is completed. Now this very back section here would be the closing. So what we did on this side is the same thing you would do on this side. And for this very closing hair, we're going to take a piece of hair and cut it. I'm going to take the track, about this much hair, cut this track off, and dip that in glue. We're actually going to take another one because this one don't look thick enough. So we're going to take two of those pieces like that, and it'll look like this. I'm going to take that and dip it in glue. The whole cut part, you're going to dip it in glue and get it in there real good, and it's going to look like that. And then you're just going to take your fingers and rub it together in like a little messy ball, like this. Just going to rub it together like that till it sticks and make a point. Okay? And you're going to rub that together. And then you're going to cut it. Cut it so it will have like a blunt cut. You're cutting the glue off, so that much glue can hold it together. And then you're going to take it and dip it in the glue again, in your little pile of glue that you have left over from doing your invisible part. And you're going to take it and stick it down in this hole here, right here. You're going to take it and stick it down in that hole. You can use whatever you want. You can use a comb, you can use scissors. You just want to get it down in the hole. And once you have it in there, you're going to separate it. And you're kind of going to want to put your finger like exactly in the middle of that and lay it down. And then you'll take your flat irons